Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we know about the diffraction grating. We know in diffraction grating there is n slits. Of course, in our laboratory we have diffraction grating in which 1 inch of diffraction grating contains nearly 15,000 slits. 1 inch of diffraction grating contains nearly 15,000 slits. So by using the diffraction grating, we can determine the wavelength of light. We can determine the wavelength of light. Our aim is how to calculate wavelength of light using diffraction grating. That is our today's topic. So determination of wavelength of light. Using diffraction grating. We know when we use diffraction grating in normal incidence, there is principal maximum, minimum intensities, as well as secondary maxima. So you know what is the condition of a principal maxima? What is the condition? That is E plus D into sin theta is equal to n lambda. That is the condition for principal maxima. By using this principle, we can determine the wavelength of light, that is lambda, where n is the order of the maximum principal maxima. Maybe it is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And E plus D is called the grating element. What is grating element? Where E is the width of the slit and D is the distance, opaque distance between two slits. So that is E plus D is called grating element. So E plus D we can calculate. N is maybe 1 or 2. If theta, angle of diffraction, when we know the angle of diffraction, easily can determine wavelength of lambda by using this principle. So first, how can we calculate this diffraction grating? I already told you that in diffraction grating, actually in laboratory we have 1 inch. 1 inch of diffraction grating contains nearly 15,000. If it is number of slits we have taken as capital N, then N into E plus D, that is grating element, is equal to 1 inch. Am I right? There is n slits. Each diffraction grating element is E plus D, so that n into E plus D is equal to 1 inch. But we know in all the calculations we will use maybe CGS units or SI units. In CGS units we will use in centimeter in length. So we know 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeter. So that E plus D is equal to 2.54 centimeter by capital N. In most of the cases, our laboratory contains N is equal to 15,000. That is 2.54 by 15,000. That is the grating element. We can substitute in this formula. So our aim is to calculate angle of diffraction only. Our aim is to calculate angle of diffraction only. How can we calculate? By using spectrometer, we can determine the angle of diffraction. Using spectrometer, we can determine the angle of diffraction. What is the construction or type of the spectrometer? How it works? We know at intermediate level, at high school level also, we discussed about the spectrometer. There is a calorimeter and there is a microscope or maybe telescope. Those two will move in all directions. There is a prism table. These two, this is a calorimeter as well as telescope, can rotate at about 360 degrees. This is the spectrometer we have in the laboratory. By using this spectrometer, we can determine the angle of diffraction. So before calculating about the angle of diffraction, we have to adjust, or two adjustments to be made in the spectrometer. The first adjustment is the light case must be parallel, because in this case we are using normal incidence and Fraunhofer diffraction. In Fraunhofer diffraction we require plane wavefront, that is nothing but the rays coming from the source is parallel. That is the first case. And the second case is we want to apply normal incidence, because we are calculating normal incidence case in this area. So what is the first case? First, in colorimeter, actually there is a slit, very narrow slit we have. There is an eyepiece or maybe convex lens. A source of light will place in this space to be determined a wavelength of light. Of course, in most of the cases we will use white. For the white light, mercury lamp, it will give white color, so it contains 7 colors, that is VIBGA. Of course, in some of the laboratories, maybe sodium vapor lamp, it will give only have a single color, that is white with yellow color. Of course, in our laboratory we will use white light, that is sodium vapor lamp. By using this telescope, initially the slit must be made as narrow, very narrow. And by adjusting here, there is a rack and pinion screw. By using this rack and pinion screw, we want to concentrate. There is a cross wire in the telescope eyepiece, will concentrate on the slit. The cross wire in the telescope. Of course, these cross wires will be used to measure the readings. Those cross wires to be concentrated on the slit. That is the first case. And thereafter, we want to make normal incidence. It is nothing but the rays will incident on the diffraction grating with 90 degrees. For this case, initially we want to coincide this cross wire with this slit directly, with the narrow slit, and thereafter this telescope will rotate at the angle of 90 degrees. At the angle of 90 degrees. Then we have to capture diffraction grating on the grating spectrometer table, that is also called prism table. This whose surface is normal to the plane of the prism table. Now when we rotate the prism table, we can observe through the telescope eyepiece. There is once again the slit will be observed. The slit will be observed by the telescope where it is at this position. Because this telescope is making at this place, because we rotate it 90 degrees. Now this telescope position is here. When we are observing this place, there is this slit we can see after reflection at the diffraction grating. At this moment, the diffraction grating makes 45 degrees with the incident light. Now we will rotate this diffraction grating one more 45 degrees. Already it is at 45 degrees. Now we will rotate prism table one more 45 degrees, so that 45 plus 45 degrees, that is equal to 90 degrees. At this case, this diffraction grating make normal to the incident light. So that this is called normal incidence. So these are the adjustments made in the spectrometer. Now how can we determine the wavelength of light? Now again, this we want to turn this telescope eyepiece along the same direction. Along the same direction. When we rotate this telescope along this direction, some angle. When we rotate this telescope along some direction, maybe along the positive clockwise direction, maybe along the anti-clockwise direction, then we can see spectrum of light. VIBGYOR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red when we use white light source. When we use white light source, we can see VIBGYOR, there is a spectrum we can observe through the telescope at one side. Now you want to concentrate this slit in the telescope into the one of the ray, maybe it is blue, whatever it is. We want to calculate the wavelength of blue color. This crossway will coincide with the blue color and take reading on the circular scale of the prism table. There is a circular scale with 360 degrees, and you want to make reading on the circular scale of the prism table. Of course, that is taken as maybe reading as theta 1. Actually, this is the central base. If when we are moving towards the left telescope, we want to coincide this crossway with the blue color, then we can make the reading. And again, this telescope will rotate along the anti-clockwise direction, along this direction. Of course, this side also there is VIBGYOR. There is also VIBGYOR charts. Of course, here also we have VIBGYOR. Once again, these guys crossway will coincide with the blue color. Again, we want to take the reading of the circular scale. It is taken as theta 2. Now the difference between these two readings, that is theta 1 difference theta 2, which is gives twice of the angle of diffraction. Actually, angle of diffraction is this. Actually, this is the angle of diffraction. Of course, this is also theta. So theta plus theta, that is 2 theta is equal to theta 1 difference theta 2. So that from that theta is equal to theta 1 difference theta by 2. When we substitute into this equation, we are taking the first order spectrum. N is equal to 1. Theta is equal to calculated. E place is the direction. Already we have to calculate this grading element. Then we can determine the wavelength of light using this formula. Lambda is equal to E plus D into sin theta by 10. Of course, when we move towards another left side, there is one more spectrum, same as VIBGYOR. Of course, this is called first order spectrum. This is the second order spectrum. And here towards right side also there is one more spectrum. This is second order spectrum. In the second order spectrum also we can calculate wavelength of light. Same procedure and the same answer we can get. How much value you get for the blue color using this n is equal to 1. At the same time n is equal to 2 also same wavelength we can get. By using this principle, not only blue color, we can determine wavelength of any colors of these violet and red, yellow, orange, whatever it is. So this is the procedure to calculate the determination of wavelength of light. We will make it in our laboratory next class.